Welcome to a new episode of Pensantes, a digital space where my goal is to showcase the incredible and credible people that surround us, a place created for people who find others interesting, for people who like to ponder, and people who like to go beyond the mundane connections that we are making in the modern and very speedy world. You can think of this as an almost vintage type of human bonding, and I thank you for giving your precious time to this creation that is just getting started. I don't know anything about editing, but I assure you this, it ain't much, but it's honest work. Today we see part two of the interview with Jorge. We got to hear about some of his passion for the arts last week, and today we have the privilege of seeing the person behind the artist. A devoted man who loves family time and embraces the complex pleasure of being a father.
And it was called a space, and then reflecting like each like pause, silence, I don't know, whole things related to space, and the whole book of poetry all had to do with that, talking about
Wow.
those things, and that, repose, which is actually connected to the work of a friend of mine who is a spiritual person who is always finding ways for people to connect with the divine. He never stops. He's always redefining himself. I did chanting, which doesn't have to do with silence, but actually, what I discovered is the pause after chanting. When you chant and you stop, oof, and then a whole energy comes. I'm really interested in those things. I had to have a peace, calm, and a space, but it could be also like things that get me inspired. If I'm already pumped about experience, that also boom gets me into yeah.
Could you tell to someone who is not artistically inclined, or maybe they think that they're not? You say to them?
Oh my God, man, being a teacher and being an instigator of creativity, and I try to be an inspiration for people too, and that anyone is an artist. That we came into this world to experience joy, to dance, to sing, and to create. That's the true purpose of being in this world. So like anybody can do it. Just like take little steps, and have a joyful relationship with your creation. Try not to judge, leave judgmentals, and leave like the finality, leave those goals, those the pretension of the art world, leave deadline, leave these things on the side, and just realize that art is just like joy. Like you have that ability. Anyone have that ability to get a piece of paper and a pencil, and just like just listen to the sound of the pencil on the paper, and see the lines, and just release. Try to like see where that takes you, and go back later and do more things on it, and enjoy the process. That's the other thing. Like, enjoy the process. Yeah, might be that you have something byproduct at the end, but the process is also the jam.
It's vital, yeah.
It's the jam. Like when you have that moment with yourself, and with that you have given the opportunity to create, and to be with yourself, and feel, and to listen, and to pause.
That surprised you in how fast they got to that mindset, or the improvement they had, the journey they had.
I have a lot of, examples of that. Friends who, I can go back to my graduate school. I'm thinking about my colleagues that were with me. And it has been like almost 20 years in 2 years. It's going to be 20 years. And I can think of Aaron Miller, For example, he is a carpenter. He is a gifted draftsman and a printmaker, and he has made in New York. He has get into carpentry.
Wow.
And how, like, I'm just amazed at the level of craft. This is like things like you will pay because
Yes.
you have an artist making, getting the wood and shaping it, and sometimes it's on the space, what you want, what you need, what the boon, and I can imagine that. How quick he has developed on that, on creating this new art language that I wasn't aware at the graduate school that he had that. I don't know if he had some of it and he developed later. But at the same time, he can get the pencil and he can just do like an incredible portrait.
Where do you think he gets that knack from? What boy he does?
I don't know. It's his family. He's from Montana. We haven't talked in many years. This is all the things with social media. You're connected with people, but you don't talk.
I know.
Unfortunately, but I'm happy that I'm still up to date.
Well,
I'm up to date with I recently another friend of mine at Lexi come around me about a mail art project I talked to you about that I did years ago. She found the postcard and she wants to mail it back to me now. And I had that show in 2014 in New York.
Well, almost 12 years now.
Almost like 12 years ago.
Yeah. So she found this postcard. Was it something you gave her?
I mailed it to her because I mail things to people and they mail it back to me. It's called the Mail Art Project, and I ended with a lot of postcards. I have them. I want to make a book, a book with them at some point. But I had a show. I have this beautiful plexiglass, long plexiglass. You can see the back and the front of the postcard.
Yeah.
And I have like panels, like 4 or 5 of these panels in the gallery with all the artwork on the walls.
Wow.
And it was really nice.
You like who you are as a father?
I love who I am as a father. As a divorced parent, it's harder, because I'm with my kids half of the time, and that's also like a little pain that you carry. Yeah, especially if you're a devoted father like me. So that's something that you learn. You learn to live with. That I adore is the autobiography of Yogi Paramahansa Yogananda. That's one of the landmarks. When I came to the US, somebody gave it to me, and I remember we had a brief relationship. She told me probably our relationship was meaningful just because I gave you this book to you. And I mean, there were many other things, but this was actually. And in that book, one of his masters, in order to ascend, he materialized this golden castle. This is this last desire that he needed in order to be enlightened, to transcend and left all the mundane things. And he does it, or his master does it for him. I don't remember something how it, Maharishi, I think he is. I don't remember all the details. And I said, like, wow, for me that's so, well, judgmental mind, and judging now of 20th century with someone, I don't know what century was that. For me, if it's one thing that I would like to fulfill in this life incarnation, whatever, is having kids. That is the big desire of my life. So in that sense, my kids, when I'm with them, it's like we are like a unity. We are like this beautiful team. It's like a sense of like complementing is like so, and the bond is so strong. They are my pride and my joy. My oldest one is 17, and my little one is 13.
Yeah,
and they will come back here tomorrow. I have them from Sunday to Sunday, 4 p.m. to 4 p.m.
Greatest works of art of yours?
Undoubtedly, undoubtedly. And you know what? And of the creation, because as a father and as a parent, you need to realize that they have their own destiny and their own journey, and this is something that you need to be clear of. And my older son has been the greatest teacher for me of this.
Mm.
Because since he was 2 years of age, and I want him to do something because I'm so crazy, I'm like a lunatic, and when it comes to games and daring things and risky things,
Yeah.
and I told him, let's cross this playground, and he was like, he put the hand like that. So he was like 2 years of age. It was something like crossing something that, like, he was like, oh wow, this is so different for me, and has
Yeah.
been a joy. It's so refreshing to see this
That's
calm, composed
hmm
person, and so even in many ways,
Yeah, that's when
uh,
you realize, oh, he's got a different journey.
he has a different journey, and it has that early. I go back always to that early I knew, and it's been manifestation of that towards his life, and he takes his decisions, but at the same time he listens to everything I said.
Yes,
He's
yes.
so respectful.
Wow.
Anything I said, I had to be really careful actually,
Yes,
because he will take it to war,
he'll
and he'll
remember.
he will remember it, and he will want, and he will especially about his life. Oh, this is what I'm going to do because I might have suggested, I might said it.
Hmm
He's such a great kid. Yeah, he
Yeah.
is. And my younger one challenged me in so many other ways.
Yes.
He's a um, neurodivergent, so it teaches the world through a whole different
Yes.
perspective. We have had challenges. It has been challenging. It's been
hmm
challenging as he grew up, and for me, it has been always like how, as a parent, you get a little more like how he will be independent.
Yeah.
How he'll find his journey, his destiny, because I know that he has so much to offer, and some, yeah, they are my inspiration. I want to have it in my life forever,
hmm
and I think a lot of them, and when they are here, our life have more purpose.
hmm
It's more meaningful, everything. Camilo, he longs with everything Cuban. He has this like, it's almost like Marielle. Just Marielle is the same. Like, grew up here, but she's like this whole Venezuela Latin identity
Yes.
is so strong. And I had to like search for opportunities for him. I actually connected with Cubans in here in Portland, and then tried to like gather. And he appreciates it so much, which is a joy for me too, because that's my culture, and I had nurtured it. I had nurtured it through music, through these friendships, food. It's a big
Yeah.
thing for us. Yeah.
If if you had eternal life, okay, you live
Mm-hmm.
forever.
Mm.
But imagine like your loved ones, they stay with you, so you're not gonna
Mm.
lose anyone. Just
Mm.
imagine this world.
Mm-hmm.
How
Mm-hmm.
would you really spend your time? So at some point, money would stop being important because of
Mm-hmm.
compounding. So you would just have it all. You would have your loved ones. You would have
Mm-hmm.
the financial means. But now you have infinite time. You no longer
Mm.
need to have this full-time job. You can do what you want.
Mm.
How would you use your time and your life at that point?
Oh my God! Yeah, that would be amazing. Well, I, you know, my art fountain is come like infinite. I could be like full time just creating artwork, writing, promoting culture, promoting events, promoting things. I will have the teaching as well because I love to give back and but that would be part of it, not the whole time of it, because it's really demanding. Traveling, I love to travel, to know people, to know different cultures, to get to know them like, like really, really well, to live like a year
Mm-hmm.
instead of like a month. Uh, I don't know, to make things like bigger scale,
Mm-hmm.
from a smaller scale to like, I don't know. It would be delightful, like climbing mountains, going to, I'm a fanatic of geography. I love to like learn about different countries and mountains,
And
rivers, and
topography.
topography, and yes, organize this trips with people I love.
Yeah.
I did as a youngster in Cuba. Actually, that's how I experimented travel and geography too in my country. We did like 4 or 5 different trips to the highest peak in Cuba, Turquino Peak, and we did through different provinces,
Uh-huh.
different experiences, backpacking with almost nothing. Like now, with all the gadgets you have for camping and everything, you didn't
Yeah.
have anything. You sleep on the porch. You didn't have any blanket, anything. You got like some like bags with
Some
bread,
leaves.
toast bread, or
Yeah.
I don't know. You were young, probably. You just did it, and yeah, we didn't get stopped by the scarcity of things. Oh, yeah, we just did it, and my friends, I've been reconnecting. One of my loving friends, he passed away recently, and he's one of the first persons that I experimented friendship over time, and he has actually make us now closer. Now
Mhm.
we're looking, because I lived 25 years in the U.S. I
Yeah.
left 25 years ago Cuba.
Yes.
Trips in Cuba, and then we'll have parties, and we experimented friendship and joy
Ropa vieja.
and culture.
Platanito.
And never be more of a ropa vieja. The
Uh-huh.
things in Cuba, the meat was pretty scarce. I don't know if you know, and they can get you in jail if you are selling meat,
Really?
like red meat. Yeah, the
Where do
beef.
they get it? Where do they get it? The people who do get it, where do they get it?
Illegally,
Wow.
illegally,
Black
and if
market.
they get you 30 years, longer
Wow.
sentence than if you kill somebody.
My goodness.
I know it's really crazy, and
Yeah.
so I mean, growing up, probably I had more of the ropa vieja I remember, but it wasn't until I came to the U.S. that I ate it again because from like 90s when the 90s came in
Hmm.
2000, man, I was already out. I only lived the 90s. The scarcity I lived on the 90s in Cuba.
Yeah.
Only one decade, and boop, I was out.
Well, Jorge, that's all we have time for.
Well,
But
thank you so much. I
thank you
appreciate
again.
you, Brian.
Mhm.
See, this is beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, this project is really I'm thinking of it kind of like a form of art and expression.
Exactly.
On the worst case scenario,
Uh-huh.
the YouTube channel will stay the way it is with 20 subscribers, but we will get everything from the conversations, and you'll have the memory. You will always
Exactly.
be able to go in,
Exactly.
yeah, and show, this is who I was at 51 years
Oh
old.
wow. Yeah.
Now I just want to leave you with this visual treat. Jorge has lots of projects in his mind, so hopefully we get to see more of it in another season of Pensantes, a space created for people who like to look back and ponder.